And someone else who had the pleasure of meeting Jean-Paul Belmondo is our film critic Lisa Nesselson, who we can speak to from the Deauville Film Festival in Normandy. Lisa, what was he like?
Well, all I can say is that I had the pleasure of sharing a stage with him in early 2018 for an honorary award for his career. And, I didn't grow up with him, but of course I was aware of his phenomenal range of roles and his incredible talent. What I wasn't expecting was that a man who had suffered a stroke, who had a hard time standing up for long periods of time, who could barely speak, still radiated phenomenal charisma and kindness. He actually had a twinkle in his eye. I've never stood next to someone who really, really did radiate that sort of thing. And I'd have to say that the word that comes to mind for how people are responding to his death is affection. I've heard people say, oh, I couldn't stand Jerry Lewis, or I hate Tom Cruise. If you don't like Jean-Paul Belmondo, if you didn't like his films, you're going to have to leave the country for a while, because it's just universal pleasure in having experienced being the beneficiary of this man's talent. As was said earlier, he was phenomenally athletic. Jacqueline Bisset said he was sure of himself, and that comes through on screen. For example, I've been reading up on some of his stunt work, and it's just extraordinary that he didn't die a few times over. As of a few weeks ago, the speed limit for an automobile in the city of Paris is 30 kilometers an hour. There's a movie in which Jean-Paul Belmondo, with no safety precautions, ran over the top of a Paris metro train that was going 70 kilometers an hour. The great stunt director, Rémi Julien, I just read something about how he was thrilled to shoot with Belmondo in Athens, because for chase scenes, they didn't have any precautions or permits requirements. And so again, Belmondo was running over the tops of moving cars, trying to leap onto a bus, which he successfully did. Nowadays, we know that they use things that they can erase electronically. But in those days, it was real film running through a camera in real time, and Jean-Paul Belmondo's real body.